Hey guys, Sunday, June 8th, 2025. This is Market Recap. Let's look at what the markets have done this past week. So far, the US indices have been in chop fest for like the last 4 weeks. They haven't really gone up. They really haven't broken down, but it looks like there's a little bias to the upside. That's S&P wants to lead higher. The NASDAQ looks like it wants to push higher. The Russell kind of there, hanging in there, but they are all on the upper range. With the Nikkei and the Euro. Let's go my indices here. What's interesting here is that the DAX is still strong, and the VIX is still there within that range. It hasn't taken out this low. So that'll be interesting to see this week. If we take out that low, high probabilities, all these markets are going to push higher. And the DAX is probably going to make even higher highs. But the US markets with the tariffs and all that, the uncertainty is what's creating this chop fest here. Looking at the energy sector, looks like we might have a little mini breakout. So let's see if we could close above 64.77 this week coming up. It was in chop fest for 3 weeks, and now it's trying to push higher. So it's testing this high. So let's see if we could get above that high and close above that high. If that happens, high probability is going to test 70, then maybe 80. RBOB just chop fest. It's not following crude or Brent. It was up like by 220, then that's different, but it's not there. It's in an inside weekly candle that hasn't even taken out the high. At least you're on the upper range. Heating oil, just kind of choppy. Natural gas, I don't know. It's been in chop fest for like 5 or 6 weeks. Hasn't taken out a high, 380-ish. I think it kissed it the other day, but it hasn't done anything. So it's just a market. You just have to wait and see until it reveals its hand. So far, not doing much. Ethanol looks like it's just pulling back a little bit. Bonds had a nice little sell-off, but still in that 3-week chop. Nothing really exciting. None of them. 10, 5, 2, 30. Softs. Cocoa. It's kind of pulling back. Cotton. Chop fest. Orange juice. Seems like it's starting to wake up a little bit, but you need to close above 300. Coffee, it's pushing lower. Trying to hold that candle there, that low. So it's an inside candle. Let's see how this week goes for coffee, which I love. Lumber, same thing. 3 weeks of chop fest. Sugar still selling. Interesting. Sugar, my kids love sweets. They love cookies, candy, donuts. Oh, that's their favorite. But sugar selling off. Metals. Interesting candle on gold. Silver, look at that candle. Bull kicker. 36. Very interesting. Look at the weekly. Yeah, look at that. Gold selling off a little bit. It was chopping around 3,400. Now you're at the 3,330. That's the 90 degree. I'm watching that to see if that holds. And silver pushing higher. That's good. Platinum, massive bull kicker. This is the one you probably want to start watching. Maybe have your watch list already of stocks or whatever you trade. Because if it continues going higher, you're going to catch a good move. This is the one that's starting. Some say, yeah, you know what? It could be a fake out. Yeah, it could be a fake out. But what about if it's the real deal? You're going to like wait. So if you have been following my channel, you already probably been aware of the platinum and palladium. And you guys already know palladium is my favorite. Copper pulled back into the chop fest. They sold at 5, so between 450 and 5. Let's see what's going to happen. And palladium waking up. I want to see this week if we could close above 1100. I know some of the my followers on YouTube already have the South African stock. And there's some other ones you could check out. You look at my past videos, but it's starting to move. Let's see. Let's see if it's not a fake out or a bull trap. But so far, I want to see 1100 taken out. Starting to wake up. But follow these two guys. We already know what gold is doing and silver. Meats, I got stopped out of my short on live cattle. So I'm going to be on the sidelines. If I was to pick a market to short, it would probably be this one. But I guess I got in too early. Bull kicker. So let's see how high is it going to continue going. But I did get stopped out for a loss on that one. But so far everything looks good to the upside. Looks like the lean hog is catching up. Very strong trending market. I try to give it a shot to short. This one has more leg to go compared to feeder and live. But it didn't work out for me. That happens in trading. Corn. Let's go to the weekly. Kind of in a downtrend. Still trying to hold this level. Soybeans. Kind of pushing in, but just really choppy. Meals even worse. Oats on the higher range. Rough rice. I'm kind of seeing if I want to see if it's going to start moving higher. I like to see it close above 14 and push higher. But it could be in that range between 14 and maybe, 12, 20 around there. Soybeans just chop. Nothing really happening there. Wheats, same thing. Chop. Canola was a nice move up. Let's see if it's going to continue higher. Currencies, the dollar. The dollar hasn't taken out 102. Still below 100, but it hasn't taken out your 98. So it's still in the game. It's just consolidating with the back and forth. And it could probably be here for a while until this tariff stuff gets resolved. But keep an eye on this because this is going to affect these guys right here. Your pound, your euro. So when that move comes and you see it explode, that's what I'm going to short. Short euro, pound, and the inverse. But if we take out 98 with strength, with a big fat candle, then that's what I'm going to go long. The euro, the pound, and the consensus is that the dollar is going to crash or tank. I'm waiting. I'm not believing either or. I'm just looking at price action. And what price action is telling me is that they don't want to push it lower, but they don't want it higher. So you have to wait until the hand is revealed. In the meantime, just keep it on your radar and put your alerts for 102 and 98. That way, when you get the alerts, you know what to do. Let's go to crypto real quick. Go to the weekly. So far, you could say 3 weeks of nothingness. Just the highs that we did here. And did it again, pierced it, but hasn't really sold off. And I know there's a lot of conferences and stuff going on, and Donald Trump is behind crypto and all that. So I don't know. There could probably be a sell-off, but you never know. With all the head fakes out there. Ether, Ethereum. You could say what? 7 weeks of Chop Fest, not going anywhere. So it's waiting for something. I just don't know what it is. But this is the king, the one you want to really keep on your radar. Whatever this guy does, if it goes higher, it's gonna drag everybody up. If it sells off, these guys are going to go down fast. So that's how I'm looking at it. All right, let's look at uranium. I wanted to cover uranium a little bit because I think that it's in an interesting level. I have the daily has given me sell signals around here. I'm not going to sell any of my positions I have on the uranium, but just be cautious. If you're not in uranium and we get a correction here, that's probably going to be your last gift. If it pans out that it's going to go higher. So if we get this pullback and it finds a base, keep an eye on 67.35. But if it does get that pullback and we hold and then take out that high, this is the area you want to get in right here when that pullback comes in, that correction. And if it holds, like I said, and we take out that high, that's the move to the upside. So this one, if it does play out, the correction coming in, this is your last opportunity to buy whatever stock you like or whatever you like about uranium. It'll be right here. Now, if it continues pushing lower and then it takes out that low, then there's more lows to come. But I think, in my opinion, I could be wrong. I think the 63 holds. Target to the upside would be 74.83, and then your max target would be 85.20. You look at the daily, it's getting toppy right here. Even from this move up here, 71. So let's see if 68 holds. I don't want to see it go all the way down to 65. 68 would be nice if it pulls in and holds right there. If you go to the weekly, you got your 67.35. So that covers that. Let's look at our four horsemen of the apocalypse, see what they're doing. So far, Kazatom it's up at the upper range. It blew right through the trend line. Now I need to see CAP penetrate the supply zone that covers between 50 and 40. Once it's in there, that's when the battle really begins. Because there's sellers that want to sell it here. So if it could penetrate that and close above 50, then that's a good start for this year to continue going higher. But there is probably going to be, if the uranium futures pulls in, it's probably going to bring them back in. And this might be your last opportunity. I need to see more levels, maybe 35 with the trend line right here if it pulls in. And then another leg higher. And lastly, last of the four horsemen, Cameco, looking good. Careful here. Maybe, I don't know, a double top. I think maybe we'll pull in a little bit. If futures and uranium pulls in, you got support at 48. But as long as it could be in the supply zone, which is the bear camp, and doesn't crack this level right here of 44, as long as that holds 44, worst case scenario, we should do another leg higher. Lastly, look at some the energy. You see natural gas looking good. Year to date, it's the strongest. Comes RBOB, ethanol, uranium is right under there. But the numbers are getting positive here. Looking at platinum year to date, platinum year to date, looking good. Gold is right behind it. Silver. I'm going to skip that. Industrial cobalt. Interesting. I know cobalt had a nasty sell-off, and now it's starting to wake up. Let's look at that chart real quick. Look at the futures. Yeah, look at that. This is the beginning of 2000 and, well, not the beginning, around May 2022. It went as high as 40 and sold off all this. Found support around 10 and got this nice bump all the way to 17. And right now it's just flat line at 15. Very interesting on Cobalt. Let's go back to I don't have any trades for this week. I'm just watching natural gas for this week. I'm watching the indices to see if they're going to push higher. So this one is the one I'm watching to see if we break out of 380. Is this in that energy or move that if it was going to do it, is going to do it this week. But if it's not, then it's going to push lower. So it's in that area that if it's going to happen, it's going to happen this week. Meats. I'm not going to trade live cattle. It looks like it wants to go higher. Metals. These two guys are the ones highly on the radar. So get your stocks, get your alerts, your levels, do some more analysis on this, but these are the two prominent instruments you want to watch. Because if it's not a fake out and it's the real deal, you're going to make a lot of money, especially with this guy right here. But this one is starting to move and it's already making money. Silver also. These two are my favorite. Currencies, watch the dollar. Because it's not selling off, but it's not going higher. It's just consolidating, and then the move is going to come quick. And I bet it's probably once they resolve the tariffs. Grains, there's nothing there for me. Softs, there's nothing there for me. Bonds, they're selling off. Keep an eye on at that 110 and look at the yield. Make sure that that doesn't get too crazy. And that's it. I'm going to sign out. Hopefully you have a great day, and I'll keep you posted on Market Recap.